Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Sunday. Flying solo today. It is the chef's birthday, so massive shout out to the chef. Ogden, the one and only. Oh, I've got an echo going on. What's happening? There we go. Got it sorted. All right, he's up. He's back in Romania. He's left Vietnam, and he's up in the hills, and he is enjoying a birthday with his family. So massive birthday. Shout out to Bogdan. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Big show today. Going to be a quick one, but we're going to pack a lot into it. Starting off with what happened on Bitcoin during the week. Okay, so we opened up the week, and we were fighting right here, trying to hold the 50-day average. That's where we open up the week, where the blue arrow is, seeing if we could reclaim the 50-day average and see if we were going to go onwards and upwards from there. However, we also noticed that there was a little bit of hidden bearish divergence appearing here on the oscillators. Lower high on price was starting to form, higher high on the oscillator. So we're a little bit nervous about that. We highlighted this in the community that the next stop was going to be the 100-day average, and that was a concern for us. But as you can see, we did dip into it. As some of these longs got stopped out, we had a little bit of a cascade there, and we've managed to now find a little bit of a bottom here at the 100-day moving average, which is a big area to hold, right? It's a psychological level, and you can see there was also some mischief was had on the shorter time frame in and around that level as well. So if you have a look at this, here we go. You can see here a little bit of a liquidation event there, taking out these guys. Okay, then send it up, take out the shorters. So we're just getting money on both sides, right? Both sides of the order books, collecting a little bit of money here and here. Then things started to settle down. Notice how the volume really dipped off after that. And now throughout the weekend, we've been pretty quiet on the Bitcoin front. What has been interesting as well during the week was that we've seen Bitcoin dominance has actually had a little bit of a rollover for us. So that has been a nice thing. If we screw ourselves out into the daily time frame here, look at that. You can see how much dominance has really pulled back lately. And now we're tapping the 100-day average on dominance also. So that has been really nice, because what that has meant is we've had a few of the alts start to shine. And real evidence of that can be seen here just on a couple of the big guns in the altcoin market, and that is here. We're on the daily time frame here. This is Solana. Man, I'll keep doing this with my tool here. All right. This is Solana against Bitcoin. That did find a little level here. It found some support after its initial pump back in early May, and now it's starting to show a little bit of strength compared to Bitcoin. It's reclaimed its own 50-day average here. So let's see if we can continue on with this run of the alts outshining Bitcoin. We've also seen some early signs of Ethereum. Ethereum has been terribly weak against Bitcoin for a very long time, and now I wouldn't say this is broken out of this diagonal trend. However, it's in at least an accumulation phase, and it's starting to not lose ground to Bitcoin, which is showing some signs of turning, right? Not a bad thing. So we are seeing some strength there. One concerning factor we do have, though, that's hanging over our heads is USDT dominance. Now, this thing is looking extremely bullish. You know, if this was a token, we would be trading, going long on this thing all day long. You can see we've got a nice bull flag here. We've had a breakout, a retest bounce off of the 50-day average, which is the red line. And now it's coming back down to the 100-day average that it's broken out of to retest that. So this is unfortunately looking bullish, but the last 3 days, it is given us a little bit of life, because we have had USDT dominance pulling down, which means what? That people are leaving USDT, coming into the market, and that has given us a little bit of life on a few altcoins. Now, one of the alts that we've had some good success with yesterday was a trade we were watching all week in the community. This was one of them. This was Render. This is an idea that we shared early in the week, and we actually started off by sharing this little idea through here, that this was going to be a little fake move, and that we were going to see it come back down into this level because we weren't getting volume, okay? And then we finally got this little beautiful little reversal candle just there where my cursor is. And then I'll show you we had some bullish divergence. And then I'll show you what actually ended up happening over here. We had a beautiful little trade on that yesterday and got a nice move on some take profit over here. So we copped our entry over here, really nice on that reversal candle, got a good entry in there, went up to our TP1 level last night. I actually ended up exiting my position 100% exited out last night at this level because I'd seen these early warning signs here, right? We had some pretty solid reversals there, a little bit of action there. But then if I also move over to the left, you know, this is a strong level for me. So this is an area that I didn't want to muck around with. It was also the weekend, right? So on the weekend, never trust a weekend pump, as they say. So once we did get into this level here, I ended up just taking 100% of my trade away. And as they say, Bob's your mother's brother. So ZEC was another one. ZEC is another one that I managed to catch yesterday. This was a nice little banger. I got out again here as well last night. Same deal, almost the exact same time frame out there, and you know, happy. So it was a good effort during the week. We showed a lot of patience, and that's one of the things inside our community that we've been really showing lately, and it's been paying off. Just showing a lot of patience. You know, we've been looking at the market intently on Monday, setting our plan for the week, talking about a few strategies and a few options we've got coming into the week, and then trading ourselves into those options only when the opportunity presents itself. So we've been waiting since Monday for that render trade. We finally got into it on, what was it, Saturday, you know, so we'd waited 6 days for that thing, but it paid for itself, right? Easily paid for itself. So patience is the name of the game. That was a really, really good one. So let's have a look at what we think might happen going forwards next week, okay? We've got a few news events happening during the week as well. There's you know, the usual sort of roundup of news events, but the biggest one really to keep an eye on next week is going to be on Friday. We've got the non-farm payrolls on Friday. So the usual strategy that we adopt is when we're coming into these bigger events, particularly on a Friday, when it is also linked with that end of the week, it's worth just making sure you're A, you know, out of all of your positions, or B, you know, you've at least limited your exposure to the market. You've at least shored up your risk by raising stops, etc., so that you can go into those events stress-free and feeling comfortable. But looking at the week ahead, on the big picture on Bitcoin, here we go. Big picture on Bitcoin. There we go. So like I mentioned, we were coming into the week trying to hold the 50-day average. We've managed to hold the 100 for now. Now, if we cannot hold the 100 for now, the next stop is going to be this low 70,000 mark. Okay, that's the next level I've got marked out here at 71,500. And the reason I've got that marked out is twofold. One is coming back down into the bottom of this bear flag, okay, and then looking for a move off of that. And also it is in confluence with this previous level of support resistance that we've had. So that's my first level that I'm going to be concerned with if we do pull back. Secondly, if we do get a little bit of volume come in early in the market, okay, and some of that money that's been flowing into the alts flows back into Bitcoin, you know, I'm not going to be looking for anything too crazy. Looking for moves back up towards the 50-day would be the option from a bullish standpoint, right? So we can't get it too far ahead of ourselves. We've just got to look immediately at those levels in front of us. And on the daily time frame, our oscillator is getting quite low. You know, it's not as low as it can get, but it is getting quite low. You can see here money flow is starting to flick up, starting to see a little bit of increase in interest here with open interest rising, CBD rising, etc. So maybe we do get a little temporary push, but they're the levels we're looking at going ahead for the week. So yeah, we're going to mark that out. We're going to watch it closely. We're going to track USDT dominance. That's always a really good gauge for us. We've had a lot of success when we've gauged that. and measured where the money is flowing in the market. And then we compare that again against Bitcoin dominance. If Bitcoin dominance continues to dip, we'll keep looking for opportunities within some of the altcoins. Yeah, so we've got Bogdan back on board on Monday. He is coming back. He will be back in his home office, so he's going to be heavily involved in that. I'm jumping on a plane literally in 2 hours from now, so I won't be around tomorrow for our community. But also, massive time in the community tomorrow. We are flipping over to our new community setup. We've got new spaces available for everyone to get involved in. We've got watch lists in there, new spaces to do with our balance pillar, which is our life away from trading, all about the having that balance in your life and a holistic approach to life in general away from trading. And then most importantly, guys, we're also launching our hub. So this is what we call our mastery hub. Now, this is a standalone piece of software that only members of the community can get into. It is being launched tomorrow. It has everything from a full learning curriculum built in, which is all part of Trade Management Mastery's trading system. And then it also has a lot of tools built into it. It has a built-in trading journal. Okay, so you can click over here onto the trading journal. You can enter in your trades. You can log trades. You can see what trades you've got open. It's got a journal. We've got all sorts of stuff in there, how to build a strategy. Lots of cool stuff in there. So this is the home for every member of our community. And I'm very excited to get that out into the community tomorrow. It's been a very big effort, and yeah, it's going to be a massive day tomorrow. And unfortunately, I'll be up in the sky and I won't be there for it. So lots of love to everyone in the community. Guys, have a good, safe week. Be careful out there. Remember, never trust a weekend pump. So make sure that if you're in some of those trades, some of those banging trades, make sure that you look after yourself before you go to sleep, and you're not sitting there, just looking for only the upside. Always be aware of your risk. Always be aware of the risk management. And that's it from me. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Thanks to everyone that tuned in, and we'll see you in the next one.